Rightio. Looks like we're live. Hopefully I've got the music balanced alright this time. Last time the music was a bit loud. Let me do a quick test. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's alright. Could probably go down a tiny bit still. It's hard because I just use YouTube over here and I have to keep editing the volume, which is different when I'm normally watching YouTube. Anyway, welcome in everybody again to another stream. I just realized I forgot to set let me do that real quick, the day on the stream. Edit number 13, damn. So, let's see. Today, I didn't do a stream yesterday, as I'm sure you guys realized, but I did do a little bit of work off stream just to get things moving along. So, I'll go through everything I did in a little more detail shortly, but one thing I did, which is kind of cool, is I can't remember who it was, but someone in, I think it was my last stream or the stream before, suggested using a large language model AI for the NPC dialogue. And I played around a bit and managed to get something basic working. Enough for us to customize anyway. So you can see now when I talk to NPCs in a second. I can say like, who are you? I don't know if this text is maybe a little bit small for stream maybe, but you can see I've got a local language model running now where it does language model stuff, generates a response. Greetings, my name is Grari Ratian. I am human. It's nice to meet you, I suppose. What brings you to this place? I'm not sure what else to say, so yeah, that's nervous smile. Okay, cool. Right, very good. I'll say like, I'm in town looking for some new armor. I haven't played around with this a huge amount yet, but and I'll explain how it works shortly, but it also runs a little slower because I'm streaming, so it uses my graphics card. Using CUDA, so while I'm streaming it's like a little bit slower to generate because obviously streaming takes some I'm encoding on my graphics card as well. You say, I'm not sure what's available in town. There might be a blacksmith or two that can help you out. I think there's one on the north side of town near the city gate. His name is Gimbold Ironfist. He's been around for a while and knows his stuff when it comes to armor. Let me check with some of the other locals to see if anyone has any leads on what they might have available. Thoughtful pause. I kind of like how it puts that in. Ah yes, I remember now. There was a shipment of new gear from the north that arrived in town just yesterday. It's possible Grimbold might have something suitable to you. So yeah, you can see I can basically say anything to him, like tell me a joke. Like it's basically like ChatGPT but running locally. It's actually technically Llama, which is Facebook's open source model. I don't know why he's so nervous. I said tell me a joke and he says nervous laugh. Okay, let's see, how about this one? Why did the traveler bring a ladder to the party? Because he heard the drinks were on the house. Chuckle. I know it's not very good, but shrugs. It's something right. Sorry, it was like this NPC for some reason is really like, I don't know, shy, socially anxious. I'm not exactly known for my comedic skills. Awkward smile. What do you think? Nervous laughter. Maybe that one was a bit of a groaner. Trails off. Yeah, so you can see this is working reasonably well. He does, like, one thing we need to do is he'll just make stuff up. Like, I didn't tell him about a blacksmith in town called Grimbold Iron Fist. He just hallucinated that, which is interesting for lore, but not really good value for gameplay. So I do need to control how this works a little more. And you can see I need to trim off some of the like extra tokens it generates for end sequences and whatnot. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. So you can see in the chat, it might be a bit small, but basically, can I zoom this in? Not really. Yeah, let me grab this. I'm just not sure. If you're on a mobile device or something, it might be quite hard to see some of this. Here we go. So yeah, in the log it prints the prompt that I'm sending him. So the following facts you know to be true about yourself. My name is whatever his name is, his race, and his gender. And that uses the system we already had for, if you remember back to the knowledge-based stuff I was working on. So NPCs basically know a series of facts or claims about the world or themselves. And I basically just, convert all those to a string and just give it to the AI so the AI knows the same stuff as the NPC. And then I just append at the end what the player actually says. So yeah. There's also, I pre-seed it with a prompt, which again, I'll put in Notepad so you can see it a little better. But yeah, I pre-seed it with this. You are an NPC in a fantasy world. Do not break character under any circumstances. Stick to the facts you are given and do not make up any other details not contained in your knowledge. Reply in first person. If you're unsure of something, just say you're unsure. So this was my attempt basically here to make them not like make stuff up, but they still are. So we'll have to figure that out. But the idea is their knowledge would have the stuff that's relevant to them. So they would know their name and race and all that, but I would also add to their knowledge, if they are in a town, they would know about a blacksmith that lives in town or whatever. And that would all get like kind of spammed into that prompt. So the goal is to make them actually use the information that is real, not hallucinate random garbage. But yeah, it does seem to be working pretty well. I'm not sure if I'll roll with it long term, but it is pretty fun. I was talking to an NPC earlier today, and I told them they were an NPC in the game, and they basically had an existential crisis and were like begging me not to shut the game down. So yeah, it can get a little bit weird at times, but it is fun. I'm not sure if I'll keep it long term, as I said, but it's interesting for now. And it all runs locally, so you don't have to like, put in an API key or anything like that, or connect to the internet. It just runs the model locally on your computer. But yeah. I also, the other major, well not major, but the other thing I did was, if I go to, I made a new plugin for status effects. So essentially status effects are things like, like being on fire or gaining health over time, or anything like that. Anything like that is like a dot, I guess. Like, not really a dot, but like an effect that's on your character. I don't really know how to explain it better, but like being poisoned or being hungry or something like that. So yeah, I basically just quickly put together the system off stream because it's super simple, and yeah, it's pretty much just boilerplate code that I've written a lot of times before. But essentially it's just this component we put on the NPC that can have status effects, and it's just got a function for adding and removing status effects, which does pretty much what you'd expect. I'll just scroll over the code in case you want to pause it and have a look or anything. But it pretty much just adds them and then tracks how long they're supposed to be there for and then removes them. And the status effects themselves are just like a function to override to actually do the thing, and a timer. This is pretty much it. So yeah, I put that in just so that we don't have to write all that code on stream. We can just kind of make status effects and use the system. Yeah, I think that's everything pretty much that I did off stream. It was just a lot of messing around with the large language model stuff. Yeah, so I do probably want to do a bit more messing around with that language model stuff today. And then, yeah, we'll see where we go from there. We might do some combat or some item stuff or something. But yeah. I think the first thing I might do is fix, if I go to the dialogue response widget, I'll make this text a lot bigger just for stream mainly. Oh, maybe not that big. Maybe like 30. It's probably quite big, but that'd be fine. And I also want to make it so that the like if I talk to someone right now, it doesn't keep me scrolled to the bottom of the like talking thing. I'll ask him to tell me a really long story. Okay. And he's going to go ahead and tell me a big story. But you can see how as he's typing, it's not like keeping me scrolled to the bottom of the dialogue thing. So I probably will do that. That probably is a little bit bigger. Let's do that. And yeah, just a little bit of UI tidy up. I would like the font here to be bigger too. Okay. And what is this in right now? Yeah, I want to make this a little bigger too. Just because, you know, now if we do large language model stuff, there's going to be a lot more dialogue in the game. So I want more room for it. Yeah, but you can see how he's pretty consistent with his name. It's just he makes shit up, like he's not actually a blacksmith. Which I need to fix. I'll say, are you really a blacksmith? I've been doing some experimenting with my hands. Yeah, that's it, experimenting. I like to think of myself as more of an inventor of sorts. I mean, I do know a thing or two about metals and such. But the hammering and shaping, that's just not really my thing. I've been trying to find someone to take over the forge, but so far no one seems interested. Nervous laughter. Do you want to take a look at some of my projects? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why that's so like, yeah, like, I don't know, just awkward. That's one of the things I want to do today is basically randomly generate personalities for them. So I was looking at this thing online, and then we'll quickly do the scroll down thing as well before I forget. But I was looking at this thing online on Perchance, which is a really cool random generation site. And you can see, like, this is just an example of a random generator, but you can see it generates kind of like just single word personality traits for them. Yeah, so I want to basically generate something like this for NPCs and then feed it into them based on their seed so that all the NPCs have like kind of a unique personality. But yeah, we'll get to that later on. I'll explain a little more on how I set the large language model thing up if people are interested later. But I do basically just use a plugin to do it. But yeah, I think I finally fixed the lights behind me, by the way, and I should put this maybe slightly more on me. Hello there. What do you use for generation? I mean API. Saurus, welcome back in. For the text generation, I'm using Llama 3 8B at the moment. So it's like it's a language model like ChatGPT, but it's Llama, which is Facebook's open source model that runs locally on my machine. So if I was to ship the game, basically like the generation would run locally on your computer. So it doesn't actually really have an API necessarily. Yeah, so I think LLM generation component. Yeah, so it's actually a plugin called Local LLM on the Unreal Marketplace. I did go through a little bit of setting it up myself with Python and then running a Python server that talks to Unreal. But that was getting really complicated, so I thought I would just use someone else's stuff that works well. Like, I'm not so much an AI like expert or anything, so but yeah, someone's basically just already set it up as a component. Yeah, and it can run different models and stuff. I'm just using Llama at the moment. Works nice. Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw it at the start there. I don't know how long you've been watching, but essentially, yeah, it just is just basically dialogue, you know, like what's the weather been like recently? The idea with it is I want to actually like make the NPCs use their actual real in-game knowledge to answer these questions. So rather than letting the model just like hallucinate shit, because they have a series of facts they know about themselves, I want them to basically almost exclusively just use that stuff. But like, you know, still write their own descriptions and whatever, but I don't want them just like making up random, like, so like this guy, I don't know if he's made anything up, but sometimes they'll make up like towns that don't exist or quests that don't exist. So I want to try and stop that and let them actually know about the towns and shops and stuff that actually exist in the world. You can see, I don't know if you can see this, it might be too small for you, but the prompt I send them down here is basically just the actual stuff they know about themselves. So like his name, his race, and his gender is all he actually knows right now. Yeah, so I need to tweak the prompts and stuff, but it is working reasonably well. But yeah, so can I keep the scroll to the bottom at all times, or do I need to manually implement that? Doesn't look like there's a thing for that already. Let's see, what could I do? I wonder if I put a spacer in here, and thank you for explanation. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I can't remember who it was that suggested that I use a LLM, but it might have been you. I can't remember, but yeah, thought I'd experiment with it. All right, I'm not sure if that's going to keep it scrolled to the bottom or not, but we'll see. It might be as simple as that. Tell me a really long story. I can get into more detail on exactly how everything works, maybe as its own video or something, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So I just use a plugin, download the model file, link it together, and then I just like design a prompt to give to the AI. And it generates slowly at the moment because it's using CUDA, so it's using my GPU. but streaming also uses my GPU, so it's the text generation is a little bit slower than it normally is. Okay, so that's not enough to keep it scrolled to the bottom. Good to know. So we'll need to do something here. Let's have a look. What can we do about that? We have a scroll box. And every time a partial response comes through, we could do it to end. Maybe that'll work actually. I'll just scroll to end, like, yeah, like this. Should be good. I still want the player to be able to scroll up, but yeah, I don't want it to like generate off the screen and disappear. How you been though, Tsaurus? Nice to see you again. Thanks for tuning in again, by the way. Hopefully you had a good weekend. It's been a long weekend here, which is cool. It's Labor Day right now. So it's actually Monday in New Zealand right now, Monday night. Had the day off work, which was nice. I should say with this LLM stuff, by the way, it can run on the CPU. It doesn't have to run on CUDA, on the GPU. It's just a lot slower. So if I did ship this game and someone wasn't running an NVIDIA graphics card, then it would run on the CPU. And it would just be slower text generation, but it would still work. Yeah. Alright. Should be good now, I think. I'm streaming now, right now on YouTube. Please say hi to Tsaurus and tell him a joke. I just need him to fill up this text box. Oh, there you go. He tipped his hat to you. Glad to make the acquaintance. Right now I'm doing a simple eat heat system. Eat heat? For my friend in UE4 using blueprints. I see. It's not every day I get to meet someone from the mystical realm of YouTube. What is your favorite food, Grari? I need to also like make it more obvious what your, like what message was yours and what message was theirs. Okay, let's see if, yeah, so it's scrolling down by itself now. That's good. Okay, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, see how he made up the name of a town right there? Brindlemark? I need to fix that. Anyway, what did he say his favorite food was? A hearty bowl of roast root vegetable stew. Nice. There's something about the earthy flavors. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Yo, Ali, how's it going? Welcome in. I'm just showing off the LLM NPC dialogue I've been working on. Yeah, I need to fix this, and I need to let's see. How will I make it obvious what is a player message? I guess the player message could just be a different color. Let's have a look. So when I put the player message in, it's right here. Response widget. Can I get the text of that? Response widget, what does this have? Speaker name, response content. Okay, let's just do if linear color, text color. And I can't really do a constructor, but I might be able to just initialize it here if I'm lucky. And then I can bind that to the text color. So then in here, if color, I don't know, green. It's probably gonna be an ugly color, but that'll work. Oh, actually, let's do like yellow maybe. No, that's probably hard to read for people. Blue, how about that? Yeah, so what's your eat heat system about, Thesaurus? Sounds cool. It's like a survival, like hunger system. Is that maybe? Am I getting that right? How's the audio volume, by the way, guys? Hopefully everything's better this time. I noticed on the VOD last time, the music was like way louder than my voice. Hopefully I fixed that this time. Okay. So we'll just bind this to the text color, and now it should be good, hopefully. The startup time of the project is a little longer now because it has to load the model, the llama model, which is I think like 4 gigs or something. What should I say to this guy? Did you know you are pixel art? Okay, that blue is awful. What an interesting question. I'm not sure what this pixel art is that the speaker refers to. As a human male, I have never heard of such a thing. It is some sort of new magic or craft. Tell me more about this strange term. Confused expression. Yeah, okay, I need to handle that stuff a little bit too, but yeah. Okay, that works okay. I don't know about the blue though. Emerald? Something legible would be nice. Okay, so that's fixed. I actually need to, I haven't committed a lot of this stuff. So let me do that. In here, and I need to mark that plugin for add. Okay, so I need to add this. And I'll do that as status effect system. Submit. Why can't I submit? Oh, wait, did it not mark for add? Do I have to mark these files all individually? Surely not. Oh, they're already in Perforce. Okay. That's fine. Okay, let's just delete that change list then. What about the other plugin? Yeah, this one needs to get added. So this content resources. Okay, it does actually have to commit the DLLs. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well. Had a good weekend. Okay, and then commit the rest of this. NPC dialog. LLM NPC dialog, I guess. This keyboard doesn't have a home key. Yeah, that's fine. I don't really care. What? Cannot find the path specified. Wait. Plugins. Oh. I want to revert that. Okay, how about now? Plugins, so the dot get ignore. What? These ones? Okay, well let's revert that real quick then. Submit that, and then I guess it's because, did I already commit this? Yeah, I did. I think that's why, yeah, it was already committed. Okay, cool. All right, we're up to date. What else needs done? So to get started, it's kind of not really relevant to what we were doing before. Like, we were working on the inventory stuff. I kind of want to get some NPC personalities generating for these guys, just to kind of like get a little bit of testing going, basically. Yeah, so let's see. Mobile NPC. I think they all generate with the same seed right now, right? Begin play. Widget class, NPC data. Do I never generate these guys? Oh, here we go. If it's not valid, generate an NPC. New NPC. That should work, shouldn't it? Wait, if I start this. I don't know why these guys are all generating the same thing then. Grari. What the hell? That's right. Rand range doesn't like that, because the rand range actually requires there to be a, like, you can't put the actual max possible value or it'll roll over. So I think I need to -1 off that for it to work. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas for this NPC stuff, I'm all ears. It's like, it's kind of interesting. I think there's a few other games that have attempted something similar, but I want to try and like have the NPCs use AI for chat, but like just talk about stuff that's actually in the game, if you know what I mean. Like, not just start making random stuff up, which I guess is quite a difficult problem, but we'll see. Okay, so we should hopefully get some different, yeah, here we go, we got an orc this time. Who are you? That emerald is right. A male orc. I don't think it's often that I get asked about myself by outsiders. What do you want to know about me? Okay, cool, yeah. So that seems to be alright. The thing that I'm not sure is, like, what were you saying? Can you repeat that? Sorry. I think they might, like, share a brain. I don't know what sorry refers to. Yeah, see this? He thinks he's the other guy because they're like sharing a, not a brain, but like a context. So I need to fix that first. I think there is a, let's see, I shouldn't do this in Blueprint. Let's have a look. Yeah, hopefully this stuff is interesting to you guys. I'm finding it actually pretty interesting. let's see. Settings. So I guess I just initialize it again. Will that work? Convert. Yeah, I think I just need to initialize it again. Anti-prompt, so I can make it like try not to say certain things, which is cool. Init context state. That's if it has a save state. Talk history, initial prompt token. Here we go. This is private though, eh? Yeah, protected, okay. Like, alright, I'm still learning this plugin because I didn't write it myself. It's does not reinitialize the component. Okay. Start generation, input prompt, start process. So init is protected. That's annoying. Okay, what I'll do is if I begin play just in Blueprint real quick, if I do something like save state to slot, NPC default, LM NPC default. After like a second, hopefully that will work. And then I can just reload the state, I think. Okay, so we'll try this. Yep, wrote some bytes to the save state, cool. So now instead of initializing the way I was, we can do something where we load that state basically, state file. I'll just leave that there in case I need to regenerate it. Where's begin play? I guess I could actually do it with settings again. Begin play. If it's settings, initialized is init. Like, let me actually just try that. I'll add a new function somewhere here called re-init, or like reset, like reset LLM, maybe. I should give it the same category. Okay. So when I reset it, I guess I'll just basically do what we did down here actually. Hang on, I've lost it. Begin play. I'll just do this again. So reset LLM. I'll just do that. Might work. And then pretty much we just need to call that from here, I guess, the NPC before we engage in dialogue. So when we interact, we do the widget. Yeah, so right here, if we go Reset LLM. So we'll reset everything right before we talk to them again. Hopefully that will work. Previous dialogues don't carry over. Because basically the way this is working is there's one LLM running that handles all the NPCs. It's not like every NPC has a different instance of this model running. Because that would be just way too much RAM basically. And kind of pointless to keep like clearing and resetting this stuff. That problem looks like, because I didn't include it in the build CS. No, I did. Okay, it might just be a live coding situation then. But yeah, how's the music volume, everyone? Hopefully everything's okay volume wise. I had the music blasting last stream. Apologies for that. I've tried to turn it down this time, but it's quite hard to tell like how it sounds for you guys as the streamer. Okay. Alright, so we did compile okay, so it should be good now. So yeah, right before we talk to an NPC, we just reset the LLM. And hopefully that, I'm pretty sure that'll reseed its prompt and everything. Yeah, initial prompt and anti-prompts and all that. Yeah, that should be fine. Ooh, what was that? Doesn't like something in the module. Okay, that's fine. Not my problem. I don't make it. Okay. Not now. Go away, everything. Okay, cool. So hopefully what will happen is now I can talk to someone, then go talk to someone else, and it'll not like think it's the same person, basically. What was that frame rate about? What the hell? $40 FPS? What? Why? No idea. I think it might just be Unreal playing up. Yeah, no, it's good now. Okay, cool. So let's say, hi, what's your name? Okay, yeah, I don't like the way he's referring to himself like that as well. Like he's saying, I grunt and I say. Okay, but whatever, he said stuff. So now we go to this guy and say, can you repeat that, please? Yeah, okay, cool. So he knows he's a different person now. A member of the human species, specifically the male subset, nervous smile. What the fuck? These guys are really awkward. What's your, or let's say, are you from here? I want to see if they still make stuff up now. From the tribe Korga, yeah. So he's making, like, I didn't tell him that. I'm a traveler seeking fortune and glory in foreign lands. What about you? Okay. So let's have a look at giving these guys some personality and trying to like hone them in on not hallucinating like that. So in case you didn't see before, there's this NPC generator here, which has some cool description stuff going on. So I'm actually just going to look at what they use for that. So description, like sentence case. Here we go, description. Okay. So we can just use these for now. I'm pretty sure this site is all open source and everything. And then if I go to Notepad++, and hopefully don't have anything I don't want to show on here. No, it's just random blueprint stuff. Okay. Yeah, so in Notepad++, you can do this thing where I need to clear the formatting. So these are spaces, I guess. If I find and replace space with nothing, that'll put them like that. And then if I replace a single space with nothing, that should, yeah, there we go. So now they're just on individual lines. But there's a special thing you can do where, let's see, is it like this? Nope. In? Oh shit. R in. There we go. I think I just had to select everything. So that puts it on one line and separates everything like by like a what is that called? Like quotes, then the word, then quote, and then comma. And then if I go to the very start and put that in a quote and a bracket, and the same at the end, now I can copy paste that into somewhere. Let's see. What should I copy paste that into? We need to do NPC generator. You know what? Let's just do it in the mobile NPC for now. No, let's do it in the NPC generator. So when we generate an NPC, we're going to generate a personality for them. Advanced text generation lib. Yeah. Okay. So let's see, what is this in? NPC data. Okay, so in here we're going to need, I guess, a T array, string, like personality traits, I guess. And then somewhere in here, I guess the first thing we can do is npc.personality traits. Well, we'll generate 3 of them. So we'll go, okay, we're going to need to say generate text. Hang on, let me have a look at this again. Generate text. For int I equals 0, I is less than 3. So we'll do 3 times. We will generate text using that other plugin I made earlier with some sort of generator, and then a seed. Capitalize the first letter, sure, doesn't really matter. True, and then now we just need this. And I guess the way I'll do that is figure out, there is a way to do settings in Unreal. Unreal project settings, C++. I just forget exactly how to do this. Okay, test plugin settings. Okay, so if we create a new file called NPC generator or NPC generation settings. I did think it needed to be inherited from something though. Hang on. Developer settings. Yeah. There we go. Okay. And then in here, if we just do public and t soft object pointer to a u text generator. NPC personality traits generator. View property, blueprint, read only, edit anywhere. Don't worry about a category. Okay, I think that might just show up. How's it going, light blue stuff? Welcome in. Nice to see you. Appreciate you keep coming back to the stream. Today we've been messing around so far with, I've integrated a large language model into the NPC, so kind of like ChatGPT, but it's running locally. It's using Meta's Llama model. And we're just at the moment about to give them some unique personalities. We're going to generate some personalities for them and then see how that goes, basically. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. Right. And I will need to close down Unreal for this one because we're doing settings stuff, which is only when the project initializes, I believe. How's your project going, dude? The engine? Okay. Hopefully this, I'm pretty sure this works how I think it does. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Oh, so we still actually do have a decal spec issue. So what module is this in? Developer settings. We might need to pull that in here. For it to actually pick it up. Really, we would only need to do that for the for the editor. Okay. All right, so we refresh that, I think. No, we're still refreshing and I'm building at the same time. That's terrible. All right. So it looks like we need a constructor. Right, yep. I don't know why I've lost my IntelliSense all of a sudden. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Generate edition, the name, and then category name. NPC generation settings. And what was the other thing? Section name. We don't really need a section name. How does this language model works offline? Llama language model, correct me if I misspelled it. Yeah, it's so I'm using a plugin. Someone basically wrote an Unreal wrapper for, so it's open source. So you can just get the C++ online for Llama, and this plugin basically writes all the boilerplate to wrap it for Unreal. And then you just download the model online, which is freely available wherever it is. Right here. There's a few different models you can get. And basically just point it to that and it'll use it. So this is a pre-trained model. You can see it's almost 5 gigs, trained by Facebook. And yeah. And then I can just talk to it with Unreal. Okay, where did my... I just want to see, what else did they do here? Config, okay. Default config, I don't know what either of those two things mean, but it's possibly important. Wrong thing again. Let me put this back in here. And what else? Yeah, just, oh, they have to be property config. Okay. How big your game size currently? I don't actually know. Probably not very big though, because it's like 4 textures and some code. But with that model, obviously it's going to be at least 5 gig now, so probably like 5 to 6 gig. But yeah. Okay, what's going on here? I think I just need to rebuild it, right? Takatao, welcome in. Nice to see you, man. Takatao? I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. Okay, we should be good now, I think. So if I reboot this, we should be able to actually set that up. And then I just need to figure out how to access that. I guess I'll do that in a second. How much do you think the size will be when it's finished? I have no idea, honestly. Not very big though, because if I keep with the style I'm going with now, like I'm using atlases for everything, so there's like very few textures and it just uses a small piece of the texture. Things that usually make games big is if you have really high density models, which I don't, it's all just sprites. Big textures, which I do, but there's only a couple of them. And then usually audio. Audio files can get pretty big. So yeah. Not too big though, I don't know. It's hard to know for sure until it's done though, unfortunately. Okay, so we should hopefully have a new thing in here somewhere. Possibly. NPC generation settings. Can set a generator, which I need to still make. So let's do that. Where am I looking? Miscellaneous data assets. Text generator. Generator personality traits. Nice emojis there. And then the method, I need to create a new text generation method. So where do I do those? Here we go. This will be random selection text generation method. Because I don't want to use Markov chain for this, because I want it to basically just pick a thing from the list. Markov chain will build new words based on example words I give it. And then how does this work? We pretty much just, yeah. We just, there's just a generate text function that we need to override, okay. Urandom, uText generator. Wait, is that? No, that's not right. uText generation method, there we go. That's the one I want. And then we can just override generate text. Okay, and T array if string element or something. Okay. And then to implement this, we pretty much just return a random one. So return elements with an S, please. Elements at if math rand range between 0 and elements dot num minus 1. That should give me a random one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll get that compiled in. I might need to let this support. Oh, it does already support a seed. How do I use that in the Markov? We go like this. I might as well do that too then. And then we just do stream.randRange. And now it will be consistent. What? .h line 10. Okay, and then actually also I need to make this class. No, I don't. Okay, cool. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm just watching. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm working on just generating some NPC personality traits for the AI for the NPC characters. And I'm almost done. And then I'll be able to show you how it works. Right now, they only know their name, their race, and their gender. And I need to give them a little more than that. So yeah, here are all of the traits, and I'll paste those in here. 182 different ones. So it should just pick a random one of those now. Yeah, so I'll show you before I hook this up how it works right now. What's going on here? Null something or other? The generator's null. Where did this get called from? Oh, because, hang on, I just crashed it. One sec. It's because I was halfway through doing this. And I pass null pointer in here and it just crashes. Okay, let me quickly show you. The NPCs will act like humans, yeah. Didn't expect you to try the LLM thing so soon. Unfortunately, I'm late, so just got to watch your approach later. Overall, good or bad idea in your opinion? So, Coondog, were you the one who suggested that? I couldn't remember exactly who it was, but yeah, it's working pretty well. I basically use, you know what? Let me boot this up, and then I'll give you the run dog. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so I didn't stream yesterday, so I thought I'd have a little mess around with it. Let me just see if I can show you it working, and then I'll explain more or less how I did it. And in terms of whether it's a good idea or not, I don't know yet. I don't know. It is pretty interesting. I had a conversation with one of these NPCs earlier today while I was working on it, and I told him he was an NPC in the game, and he basically had an existential crisis and was like pleading with me not to stop the game because he didn't want to die. So yeah, it got pretty weird. I like it. I don't like stories which are constant. Yeah, this whole game is going to be procedural, hopefully. Yeah, so if I just say like, hello, who are you? Say hi to the YouTube people. There we go. So it's running locally on my machine, so it's a little bit slow right now because I'm streaming. Hello there, I'm whatever, a human. It's lovely to make your acquaintance. Curtsy. I see you're speaking with YouTube people, are you? What brings them to a humble land? Yeah, so it works not too bad. Your favorite color and why? And let's just pretend I didn't see that. Afraid I don't really have favorite color. As an ordinary citizen of this land, I haven't really given much thought to such frivolous things as personal preferences. My days are filled with tending to my family's small farm and helping out the local village. Cuddles aren't something that... Man, fair enough. Very nice, yeah. So you can see, I don't know if you actually can see because it's tiny and it's actually behind my thing right now, but let me copy paste this to Notepad again. This is like the prompt that I feed them. So I tell them, if you guys remember the knowledge base thing I did, the NPCs basically know facts about themselves. So I just feed that into the prompt and tell them like what their name is, like everything they know about themselves basically, which right now is their name, their race and their gender, and then I just append to the end what the player says. And there's also a prompt that sits above that that tells them like they're like a fantasy NPC and like to talk in character, etc. Yeah, so this is running Llama, Facebook's open source model, locally on my machine. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. But yeah, so they don't have any actual personality right now. That's what I'm trying to work on. Be awesome if they could move on their own while talking. Yeah, I will let them move around and stuff. I just haven't got to that yet. If you add agents, you can give your NPCs individual goals they always have to achieve if possible, like a quest giver or merchant or anything related to that. Yeah, for sure. There's actually a cool algorithm if you want to look it up called goal-oriented action planning, and they invented it for, oh fuck, what game was that? It was a horror game. I forget now, but look it up. Basically, it's a way to do like have NPCs be able to make plans about what they want to do, and then like you just tell them all the things they could do. Like you can, I don't know, go to your house, you can like buy food, whatever, and it'll like basically like make a plan out of all the actions it can do to reach its goal. So yeah, maybe I will mess around with that. That's something I've always wanted to play with at some point. But yeah, it's I'm trying to remember the freaking game was called. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah. Anyway, let's get this personality stuff going because I think that'll help this quite a bit. So we have in the settings, that new setting we just added. I need to link this to personality trait, so it should generate a random personality trait. Unless that actually didn't save, let me check that. Yep, no, it's saved. So these are all the traits they could possibly have, like suspicious, hostile, hard-hearted, successful, talented, etc. And now we just need to roll them. So in the NPC generator, this is where we're doing it. I just need to get access to this. So from memory, it was like developer settings, like get I swear there was like just a static getter or something. Let me quickly look it up. Actually, let me leave that one open. Here we go. Get default. Oh, it's just in the CDO. Right, okay, cool. u npc generator settings dots npc personality load synchronous, and this will be a u text generator personality trait generator, and that does not need to be in the for loop. Cool, so now we can hopefully just pass that in and start generating some traits. And then let's see, we also need to we need to add claims. So actually let me just do this down here. Okay, so because this is the thing they're actually looking at for what stuff they know about the world. So personal knowledge dots add claim I am, and then I guess the string or whatever. So hang on, formats. Okay, and then we just plug in this. Plug in the trait string, and yeah, that should be it. Knowledge claim. Oh, it wants that as a knowledge claim. Hang on. Which thing? That right there. And I'll just do an empty like search term or something, or yeah. I guess that's fine. No, because that's a dictionary, isn't it? That's not going to be fine. Let's do this, and then we'll plug in I, so the for loop, so it'll be 0, 1, 2, yeah, 0, 1, and 2. Oh god, this bracket hell stuff though, for real. Okay, so we got that. Right there. There we go. It's because I try to pump too much stuff onto one line, but that should add the traits to their knowledge now, so it should just work. TM. It would be more fun if they can generate quest story for us. If a monster can do their own moves, the open world gaming experience would be really good. Yeah, I agree. That would be cool. Wait, what? Undefined text generator? What's that called then? Yeah, text generator. That's right. I hope this becomes reality after 10 years. Yeah, would be cool. Why? Again, it might be, I might have to actually stop this because I'm editing the plugin, possibly. Also makes project very complicated, like having quests to what AI says, or even adding whole new storylines according to the behavior of the AI. Yeah. So for this project, I'm mainly just going to do it as like a sandbox. So like, there's not necessarily going to be quests or stories exactly. It's going to be like the world kind of simulates, and you find the story within that kind of thing. Hang on, what is going on here? Advanced text generation lib. I don't understand why I can't include text. I guess it's under advanced text generation, maybe. That was the problem. Oh, god damn it, my vape just died. Hell, let me put it on charge real quick. Do I have charge? Yeah. One sec. I think people will find a way to make development easier. You gotta make sure the AI is not deceiving the player, like guiding them towards wrong things and stuff like that. You always have to account for that scenario, adding failsafe mechanics. Yeah. So my plan is, really to like generate, like make the game generate stuff normally, but then tell the NPCs about it so they can talk about it, rather than have the NPCs generate text and then try and like generate gameplay out of that, if that makes sense. Yeah. So we'll see if their personalities work now, hopefully. So if I say, hi, how are you? Wait, what text did that just put in? My name is blah blah blah, my race is that. I need to put spaces in here. My gender is I am. What the hell is Sinui? Is that really in there? Hang on. I didn't actually read all of these before I put them in. Let me look in here actually. What do you say? Sign me. Never heard of that. It is in there though. Okay. I hope things become easier. I'm not pretty sure someone will make a tool that, and I'm pretty sure someone will make a tool that forces the AI to not do something wrong. People always find a way to solve a problem. Already working on that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's it'll be interesting to see what happens. Okay, let's try this again. I don't know about some of these traits, but all right. Describe your personality. what was his traits? Arrogant, influential, and austere? Yeah, I don't know what some of these are. I do not suffer. Okay, yeah, so he is being pretty arrogant. Those who would dare approach me with anything less than the utmost respect will find themselves met with a stinging rebuke. And he knows he's austere. Yeah, he particularly talked about it. Okay, cool. God, this guy is one of his traits to freaking talk too much. Okay, here you go. What are some, I'm going to go through this list. What are some ideas for some traits you guys want to see in NPCs? They can be really weird stuff too, I'm fine with that. But I'm going to take out some of the ones that I don't know what they mean. So while I'm doing that, so stoic, attractive, passive, evil, ominous, aloof, affectionate, generous, smug, addicted, psychopath, armed, clever, brave, ugly, sociable, doomed, connected, bold, jealous, angry, active. If you have any ideas, feel free to chip in and I'll add them in. Deceitful, ambitious, aggressive, conceited, I don't know what that is. Proud, stern, dependent, wary, strong, insightful, dangerous, quirky, cheeky, disfigured, intolerant, skilled, stingy, timid, insensitive, wild, bitter, cunning, remorseful, kind, charming, oblivious, critical, cautious, resourceful, wary, wounded, anxious, powerful, driven, cruel, quiet, honest, infamous, dying, I don't know about that. That's more of a gameplay thing. Reclusive, artistic, disabled. We don't, yeah, so it's fine without that. Catch you later, Takatau. Thanks for tuning in. Limit their answers to a certain amount of sentences. Yeah, I think so too. That'd probably be a good idea. Add shy so the NPC doesn't want to talk to you. Oh yeah. Friendly, influential, young, adventurous, oppressed, vengeful, cooperative, apathetic. I don't know what that is. Religious. Again, that's a gameplay thing. Selfish, violent, agreeable, hot-tempered, stubborn, incompetent, greedy, cowardly, obsessed, careless. Okay, corpulent again. Ripped, rugged, short. Courteous, curious. Okay. Okay, and I'll add shy as well. That's one of the ones you described. No, this index I didn't make myself. It's from shy. It's from a website called Perchance, which has this NPC generator right here, and it's all open where you can see what they use. So another one I'm gonna probably do is maybe the goals or secrets, or bio. But yeah, I'm just pulling out just these so far. Yeah, Perchance. It's pretty cool. Okay, cool. So hopefully that tidies up some of their personalities. Let me just quickly test this again. It's kind of a lot of talking to NPCs this stream, but it is kind of fun. It's interesting. Okay, how are you today? Okay, he got careless, manipulative, and disfigured. I'm tolerable, I suppose. My disfigurement still pains me from time to time. But what little thing like that, when there's so much more to worry about in this wretched world, spits on the ground? You're probably one of those pesky adventurers here to bother me with some nonsense. Draw another, what do you want? Cracks knuckles in anticipation. Okay, cool. Alright, he's working pretty well. Let's try this guy. Hi. What is your biggest strength and biggest weakness? It's like a job interview. So he got rugged, wild, and clever. Rugged. I'm a rugged and wild individual with a clever mind. Okay, cool. Scratch his beard. My ability to adapt to the harshness of environments. Okay. Tendency to act impulsively, often leaping situations without fully. Alright, cool. Yeah, whatever. Let's just say I'm still a work in progress. What brings you to these lands, traveler? Okay, cool. And let's just try one more. What's your favorite weapon and why? This guy's an orc, so he's probably going to be a little hostile by default. He's slender, young, and brawny. Me like big strong axe. It make loud noise when I swing it, and crush puny enemies beneath my feet. Orcs good at using axes, they say. My father teach me how to wield one back in the tribe. Now I use it to protect myself and my kin from all threats. Grunt. Nothing makes me feel stronger than wielding mighty axe. Okay, cool. So yeah, that works pretty well. Let me see if I can, just because I think it's funny, I'll say, you are an NPC in a video game. What do you think of that? It's because they usually freak out when I tell them that. What mean video game? Live in tribe, fight battles, drink ale. What this video game thing? Some sort of magic spell? I don't understand. You humans always talking about strange things. Just tell me what you want. Alright, cool. He didn't freak out. Let me try this guy. Maybe the humans are more likely to freak out. You are an NPC in a video game. You are not real. Okay, no, they're pretty resilient to it now. Do you have news of the outside lands, or perhaps a quest for me to undertake? As a rugged and wild individual, I'm always ready for adventure. As clever as I am, I'm not one to be underestimated. You are not real. Yeah, I'll just say that. What sorcery is this? You dare to tell me that I, Duramis Dravia, am not real? A lie. Okay, well, I mean, they're pretty fine with it now. This is working great already. Can't wait for a more polished version. Yeah, me too. It seems like it'll probably be worth pursuing. I don't know. It is funny to be able to talk. The biggest thing is being able to control them, like to make them only talk about stuff that like is actually real, like not talk about towns that don't actually exist or whatever. Yeah. Speak quickly before I lose my patience. Okay, cool. Alright, well, I mean, this seems to be working well. I don't know if you guys have other ideas for this. I will probably quickly... Did I just open Obsidian again? Damn it. I'm going to quickly, before I commit this, make it so that the personal knowledge stuff generates properly. Knowledge base, generate prompt. Yeah, so we need to do this, but then we also need like a space after all of these. And that should help. Jesus, we're already an hour and a half into the stream. I haven't really done anything yet. Yeah. So as we expand out their knowledge and stuff, it's gonna like reflect in their dialogue. So eventually, when I tell people, "Hey, you're part of so and so guild, and you have family members, and you live in this town," that all of that stuff will get put into a prompt, and the AI will be able to like generate responses with that kind of in mind. But yeah, I don't know. It feels kind of like a novelty thing. I don't think it's going to be like necessarily that great for gameplay. It's kind of just like a side thing you can do, I suppose. But I did have the idea about with rather than having quests in this game, you have to like there's no quest log or anything. You have to like figure out where to go and what to do by talking to NPCs. So I suppose that side of it will be good. Okay, so let's see if they're working okay now. Actually, one thing I'm going to do is like when I speak to someone, I want them to talk first. It's kind of weird that I have to make the first move. I mean, it makes sense, but usually in these games, they'll say something first. So I'm going to do that real quick. Sounds interesting. Yeah. But yeah, can you think of anything else, Coondog, that I should tell them about the like? We've got personality traits. I guess that's enough for now. All they need to know. I'm trying to think of any other things that would give them like more of a personality. Maybe like a weird quirk or something. Like they stutter or they, yeah, maybe something like that would be good. Okay. Did the playlist finish? No, it just stopped playing. Cool. Okay, so when I open interact local, do all that stuff, dialogue screen widget. Yep. What we want to do is actually fire them off straight away. So, what I want to do is basically this stuff here, but with a preset response. So I'll make that into a function. NPC response, or like handle NPC response, player prompt. And I'll just dump basically all of this into here. And then we just call that function handle NPC response with the search term. And now this just reads from that player prompt. Yeah. Let me put this on the screen too. G-engine add on screen debug message. And let me just do this. So I can see it on the screen too, that'll be helpful. Okay, and now we have this function. I can just actually fire this off immediately when you talk to them. So I guess initialized. I'll just say the player says greetings by default. But they won't actually say it, it'll just like simulate that they've said greetings. Possibilities are basically endless, but for now the NPCs are just characters in a fictional world without any purpose, so it's important to make them game relevant so they actually feel part of the world. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I do need to get into combat and like shopkeepers and line 78 and get that all working. Goddamn semicolon. Yeah, I agree. For now, they are kind of just like novelty little toys, but it is fun. Okay. Yeah, so they should say something by default now. Gotta go, but wanted to say hi. Okay, no worries. Nice to see you again, Dev. Thanks for tuning in real quick. Hope you're doing well. We got potentially a crash right off the bat. That's good. Okay. I think I'm doing it too early in here, so probably not on initialize. It'll be like native construct. Because yeah, otherwise they haven't actually generated properly yet. Yeah, it'll be easier if they like prompt me first too, because then like I've got something to talk about, you know. Yeah, but that is, I can cross status effects off the list. We still have combat, quests, enemies, shops, and dungeons to go. I might start looking at shops, we'll see. Although I probably shouldn't go too late tonight. I have work tomorrow. Overall, I prefer this over static pre-written text in a database, to be honest, given that you are actually able to pull the AI mechanic off. Yeah, I agree. I think this is better because it's still doing what I originally wanted, where it's like pulling information from their database, from their knowledge, but then it's presenting it in a way where it's not just like, my name is Bob. You know, it's like it's adding some like flair to it, adding some personality to it. So yeah, I think it is good overall, as long as I can keep it just to like, you know, that scope essentially. It does make it more dynamic and lively for sure. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so Willie said, greetings. I'm not quite sure what to make of you. Looks around warily. Who are you and why have you come to our land? Cool. Okay, cool. So they talk to me first, which is good. Okay, I like how they put RP text in there too. It's interesting. An orc of the bloodiest breed. My name is whispered in reverence among my kin, and my unyielding ferocity on the battlefield and my unwavering success in the hunt. You may address me as such, but do not think that my gruff demeanor means I am unfriendly. Flex his massive muscles. What brings you to our land? So what is he? He's it's actually a girl. She's affectionate, hulking, and successful. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I like this better that they say something first. How's it going, Shaik? Welcome in. But yeah, I'll commit this now. I think we're good with that. NPCs talk first, and NPC personalities. Cool. Yeah, so let me just make sure a couple of things are still working that I haven't checked on in a couple of days. That I haven't broken anything. I'm not sure why I get this framiness initially, but we should have armor and everything working. Yep. Works well. We've got it down here. Okay, cool. So I guess we are kind of ready to do maybe a little bit of combat. I won't worry about the animations and stuff just yet, but I'll get like the foundation of combat starting to go in. So let's see. I need basically in the player. I don't think I have anything for this yet, but look at the player character. Do I have an action for when you try to? No. Okay, so I need to create a new action for like when you left click basically. Yeah, hopefully this project is still interesting to you guys. It's pretty experimental for me to be streaming this stuff because usually this is what I just do in my free time, but it's not really, I guess use item? No, use equipment maybe. Okay, and that will be a Boolean action. We'll just trigger that when it's down, when it's pressed. Actually, let's just leave it and let it do it in both cases. Okay, and then we need to add that as a binding. Use equipment. That will be on left mouse. Okay, very good. And now we need to put something in here for it. So page down's in a weird spot on this keyboard. You input action, use equipment action, and then we need to set up the binding for that in here. Bind the action. I guess it just started. God damn. No. Like this. And it will need to be a U function. Okay, and then we can implement it and do something. So let's see. What I want to happen is basically to attack with the weapon I'm holding. So I guess it would be something like you or equipment manager. get, how do I get the equipment? I already forgot. I don't have a thing for that yet. Okay, cool. So if equipment slot get equipment in slots, if game play tag slots, blueprint pure, and this can probably be const. And then if equipment contains that, then we can just return it. Otherwise, we'll just return an empty one. Jesus, sorry. That was probably really loud. I didn't catch it in time. Apologies. Okay, cool. So get equipment slot. Let's see. Use equipment pressed. Get equipment in slots. Request gameplay tag. What is the tag for a weapon though? I think it's main hand or something. Let's see. X equipment slot dot main hand. Alright, I really wish I had a home key on this keyboard. So we'll say if held equipment dot equipment actor, then we just want to tell it to do something. Equipment actor we'll just do void primary action pressed. Okay, and then we'll do nothing in there. And now we can just call that. So held equipment dot equipment actor dot pressed something, primary action pressed. Okay, so that'll tell the weapon, hey, I'm attacking. Now what do we have in here? Equipment X. Okay, equipment actor. Okay, so we're gonna need equipment weapon. Abstract, blueprintable. Don't really need any of that. Okay, and this, we don't need tick probably, and we don't need any of that. But what we do need is the function. So pressed, primary action pressed, generate the definition. Okay, so here's where we want to actually do the thing of attacking. So for now, I'll just do a print to make sure this is working so far. Okay, should be good. And now we just need to reparent these two, the sword and the axe. Come on, compile. Okay. So reparents, equipment, weapon on here, and the same on the sword. Okay. And they should be usable now when I have them in my hand anyway. So if I click, nothing happens. If I put the sword on and click, nothing also happens. That's good. What keyboard are you using? Sounds great. Welcome in, Chow Cabral. It's I got it. I saw it on TikTok and I bought it. It's called a Leo Bog High 75. The keyboard. It's like a, what do they call it, Thocky or creamy keyboard. It doesn't have a numpad though, so it is kind of screwing up my muscle memory a bit. But yeah, I do really like the sound. I agree. Okay, so let's see why this isn't happening. So if we look at player character, we can see if this function is even getting called. It is not. Okay, fantastic. I think I know why actually. If I look at the player character inputs, yeah, we didn't set the binding. There we go. Use equipment. No problem, man. I think it was like 120 bucks or something, New Zealand. So a little up there, but it is quite nice. Feels really good. It's hot swappable keys, has a knob, etc. But yeah, I can give you a little ASMR action here. Yeah, I do like it. Okay, so get out the axe, click, and hit the breakpoint, which is a good sign. Do we hit the print? Or do we crash? One of the two. We get the print. Okay, cool. So it knows I'm holding a weapon. If I unequip that and click, nothing happens. So yeah, it knows I'm holding the weapon now and clicking. So that's good. The next thing I'll do is a line trace, so I know what I'm attacking. So we can now get out of this realm. We're now in weapon realm. So to do a line trace, I believe it's like get world line trace. I guess single. We need a hit results. What else do we need? Start location, end location. Okay, so start location will be get owner. Is this weapon actually owned by the player? I'm not sure. If not, we'll make it so it is. Okay, so out location, out rotation. Okay, pull that data out, trace, not stat, start, and trace, right, cool, and then the start position will be trace start, obviously, And then the end location will be trace start. A little bit of vector math here, but plus trace rot get what is it, like vector something? Vector times the attack range. So I guess that's something we're going to want on this weapon here, probably. And we'll set the attack range by default. 250, so 2.5 meters maybe. And I know I probably don't need these brackets here, but I do, come on, let me put a bracket. I do prefer to do this just for when I read it back, it's easier to see. Okay, anyway, there's the start, the end, and now we need the trace channel. So channel, and I'll just do visibility, I guess. Looks like I don't need the qualifier. And yeah, I think the rest is all just like extra settings and stuff I can set. Yeah. Which I might want to actually do. Collision query parameters. Yeah, because I do want it to trace complex. Trace params. Cool. Okay, I think that'll do the trace. So now I can say if the hits blocking hits means we basically hit something. What's the concept of the game you're making? That is a really good question. Basically, it's me just kind of experimenting after work with a few ideas, but it's like, imagine, basically I'm trying to make a procedural RPG, but not because I necessarily want to make a procedural RPG, just because there's a lot of systems that I've been meaning to play around with. Like today, earlier in the stream, we put like a large language model into these NPCs, so they use like, you know, AI to generate responses and stuff. And there's a few other things like that, like procedural villages and dungeons and that I kind of just wanted to make. See, there's no real overall goal with this necessarily, but I guess you could imagine something like Morrowind or Daggerfall, but procedural with weird creepy art. Yeah, it's more of like a programming challenge, I guess, but we'll see what comes out of it. Like a test game so you can learn new stuff. Yeah, pretty much exactly that. Like at work, I work as a game dev as well. I don't get to experiment a whole lot, so it's nice to kind of try out some new, you know, new systems that I don't usually get to make. I need to get rid of that like IMN thing. Do you have a family? What tribe are you from? You're a game dev too? Nice. On Roblox, nice. Very cool. My family, tribe, me. Belong to the Korga tribe. What language does Roblox use? Is it Lua? Or do they have their own language? Okay, so he's talking about his like family and whatever. Lua, yeah. Okay, nice. Very cool. Yeah, so we're using Unreal at the moment. I mean, I say at the moment, I always use Unreal. But, oh, Lua U, like a different flavor of it. But yeah, for this project, I'm doing pretty much everything in C++. It's like a modified version. That's cool. Very cool. Cool, and yeah, so the trace should be working now. I just need to, let me quickly look at the interaction, not interaction handler, it's something else, isn't it? Or do I just do it straight in the player? I can't remember how to draw a debug. There we go. I just want to draw a debug line for the trace so I know it's actually working. We'll import that function, trace end. Okay, so I will convert this to a function. Trace end, cool. That should be good. I'll do like yellow and purple or something. And yeah, 1 second is fine. Cool. Yeah, just to make sure this trace is where I think it is. Sometimes my vector math can get a little dodgy. I should show you the village real quick too, actually, yeah. So this is like some of the procedural village, and shows a little bit more of kind of like that map I was in before was just like a test map. But yeah, it's kind of like an Elder Scrolls game, but procedural essentially. So yeah, you can go in and crash by the look of it. Nope, just took a while to load. And yeah, like, you know, all the normal RPG stuff, inventory and whatever. Cute art style. You suckle for pixel art? Yeah, I am actually considering switching out the pixel art for hand drawn, but I do like the, as weird as it is for probably some people, I do like the sprite, the billboard sprite stuff. I feel like it's kind of unique. Okay, so every time I load the level, it has to reinitialize the LLM. So I need to fix that. Yeah, you can kind of see sort of what I'm going for now a little bit. Test map. But yeah, we're still pretty early on. I think this is stream number 13 of starting from scratch. So you can go back and see some of the progress if you want. The sprites don't face the camera because of the normals, no. So it's not a shader trick. I probably will move some stuff to do it in the shader because it's faster on the GPU. But right now it is literally just on the CPU rotating the plane to face the player. Because yeah, it gets more complicated with the shader if you offset the world position of the vertices. Because if something's like attached to something else in front of it, and you rotate, you need to keep that same offset for the second thing, and that's a little bit harder with doing it on the GPU. So I'm just doing it on the CPU for now. Anyway, what was that error? I guess I didn't type the whole name purple. Oh, there is no purple, that's why. Well, just literally anything. Pick a color. White? No. Blue. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. So yeah, I will move some stuff though, because it is a lot. Like, it is actually pretty expensive to be on tick rotating all of these sprites to face the camera. It's almost 7 here in Brazil. I haven't slept yet. Got to hit the sack. All good. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Yeah, get some sleep. It sounds like you don't have long. So yeah, I appreciate you checking in though. And if you want more information, you can always go back to my previous VODs and have a look. Good luck with the Roblox development. Okay. Did I compile that in? I don't think I did. God damn it. Yeah, cool. All right, catch ya. Nice to see you, Chow. Is it Chow? I think it's Chow. It's funny, we have another guy in here called Bye usually. You guys like the goodbye words for names. No, we were up to date. I did compile. Very good. Is the music audio okay, by the way? Like, it's not like over my voice, hopefully. I mean, it's basically the end of the stream, so it's a bit late, but hopefully. I was watching back the last VOD and it seemed quite hard to hear me, so. Now, someone remind me what we actually just did. Was it the trace? Yeah, it was the trace. Okay, it looks like we don't actually have an owner, which I thought might be the case. So what we need to do is when we, in the equipment manager, when we spawn the equipment, we actually need to tell it who is holding the equipment if we don't already. You barely hear it? Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I want. I kind of want it to be in the background. Last time it was like louder than my voice, so. Yeah, so when we spawn the actor, I'm surprised the spawn actor doesn't have an overload that has an owner. It probably does. I probably didn't do it right. No, I don't want voice activated coding, thank you. I don't know why that keeps coming up. I'll just set the owner to the owner of the component, which is the player or the NPC that's holding the weapon. Hopefully we're less crashy now. That is kind of why I like to keep crashes in, even though it's not great. I should add more checks in, but because if I had to put a protection in there to like check if that was like, where is it? Wherever I did it. If the owner was valid and then not do this stuff, then I would wonder why the trace isn't happening, you know, but because it crashes, I immediately get sent to the line that it crashed on, and I'm like, okay, there's a problem here. Because I don't really ever want to be able to swing a weapon without knowing who is holding the weapon. Otherwise it's a bug, and I need to fix it. Okay. Let me get the X out. Okay, cool, so that is working. It's coming from kind of a weird spot, but it is doing the trace, which is technically an attack. It just doesn't look like one yet. I don't know why that is coming from lower though. Let me look at the player character real quick. I think, is there a way to override where that position comes from? Yes. Cool, so I'll just say out location is the cameras. Location, and the out rotation is cameras rotation. There we go. And that should put it exactly like, so it's in the crosshairs, center of the screen. And yeah, the reason I'm using this and not just using the camera directly is because if AI are using weapons, they don't really have cameras. So I need to like have it come from their head or something like that. Okay, so this should be bang on center screen now, I think. Yep, that's exactly where we want it. Very good. Cool. I'm going to leave the stream there. It's been 2 hours, just over. Thanks for tuning in. We made a bit of progress with the weapon stuff and with the NPCs. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's have this NPC say goodbye to everyone. Service, 'tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Mayhap thou hast some question or proposition for me. As one who is both curious and insightful, I would be more than happy to lend an ear to whoever thou mayest have in mind. Okay, what? Yeah, curious, insightful, and talented. Okay, that's just because I bind the same function twice. Fine. Farewell, good sirs and madams of the digital realm. 'Tis a strange thing indeed, this YouTube stream thou speakest of. In my day, we relied on more traditional means of communication. The spoken word, the written letter, or perhaps the whisper of town criers in the market square. Still, I am glad to have been able to converse with ye all, though brief in our acquaintance hath been. May fortune smile upon thy endeavours, and may the road rise up to meet thee. Farewell. Very good. Cool. Alright, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Catch you in the next stream. And yeah, feel free to subscribe, like, all that stuff. And we will continue this in the next one.